Hello, and welcome to the Progressive Perspective. I'm Basil. That's Cody. That's Larry. Tonight we're talking about the progressive organizations that are doing the work. We're talking the DSA. We're talking Justice Democrats. Every organization mentioned, we will provide a link to in the description below. It's no secret we're going to try and join the DSA. We're in the process of doing that right now. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my main man, Cody.
Yeah, so right now I actually think, even though it's a dark time, I think there's a lot of reasons for hope because there's a lot of good things developing. And one of the things I'm most optimistic about is like the DSA as an organization. It's growing very quickly. There's some figure here like in 2016, the DSA had fewer than 10,000 members. This year, 12,000 new people joined just in between October 1st and November 11th. It's growing at an increasing pace. Soon we'll be over 100,000. It's the biggest socialist organization in America, and it's growing at an increasing pace. Bernie Sanders running a grassroots insurgent presidential campaign, almost got the nomination, very closely got the nomination. It was only because the whole Democratic establishment moving in concert against him that he didn't get it. A lot of things are happening right now where I'm optimistic about what's going on. There are also a slew of electoral victories from the DSA, and it's kind of muddy in between the DSA and the Justice Democrats, but like the squad has doubled in size now with the election of Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush, and two others who I don't recognize. Yeah, a lot of good things are happening. I'm trying to find the electoral victories I had up of the. Here we go. While this is from an article I read on Talking Points memo. While the Democrats debate whether the party has moved too far to the left or not far enough, Democratic Socialists of America, the nation's largest socialist organization, scored its biggest victories in this year's election cycle. There are currently 71 DSA members holding public office this year. One was defeated for re-election and two did not run for re-election. Another 30 DSAers were elected this year for the first time, bringing the total to 101. When the new winners take office in January, this is greater than at any time since about 1912, when the Socialist Party had a strong foothold in both urban and rural America. Most of the socialists who have recently been elected to the office represent safe blue areas, but they have also made inroads in purple areas, including Montana, Indiana, North Dakota, Texas, and Tennessee. DSA also spearheaded several impressive ballot measure victories around progressive causes like minimum wage, rent control, and universal preschool. The class consciousness is building, and it's coming to the fore, and the working class is mobilizing. And I'm optimistic. I see things just getting better. Barring environmental catastrophe and all the things that we're racing against the clock in a sense, because the risk of nuclear war is escalating, the risk of environmental catastrophe is escalating, and those can potentially converge. And it's about changing things before that happens.
Yeah, and can you update?
Don't you think that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Larry.
I was going to say, Cody, don't you think that the fact that we're racing against the clock, in a sense, is a motivation too, and this particularly for youth who see that the natural world as it had been is being destroyed right before their eyes, and destroying their future with it as an incentive for youth to not only believe in something different than this terrible system we live under, but to also be motivated to activity. And we certainly saw that among thousands and thousands of youth who participated in both of the Bernie Sanders campaigns and the development of youth climate movements such as the Sunrise Movement and others, and not only nationally but worldwide. And for all of us, I mean, for me, it's although I've been a socialist all my adult life, it's a motivating factor that we need to do this thing. We need to do this thing. It's absolutely essential for the future of people on Earth. And I believe we can do it. There's a lot more of us than the ruling class, the billionaire class. And it's a matter of educating people, motivating people, and showing people that there are ways to do this and that our solutions make sense really in every way. For instance, we can have Medicare for all, complete medical coverage for everybody, and save money, not lose money, save money. We can do a Green New Deal and create great jobs, educate people, build a new energy infrastructure, and in the long run, save money, save lives, save the earth. So socialism is a win-win-win. The losers would be the ruling class, the criminal class, the predatory class, the parasite class that's been exploiting all of us and destroying the earth along with their program.
And Cody, can you update the audience on where we are in joining the DSA?
We are pre-OC in the chapter pipeline process, like in the process to form a chapter. We're currently pre-OC. There's several steps in between some DSAers at large and chapter. You have to go from at large to pre-OC to OC, and then to get from OC to chapter, that can take some time because I believe the National Political Committee has to vote to approve your request to be a chapter. Right now we're pre-OC, and I just got an email from the DSA about the requirements that we need to fulfill in order to go to OC, which many of them we already have.
Okay.
So that's where we're at with that.
Okay.
So we're talking about the next step is we become an organizing committee on the way to being a recognized chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America. Is that correct, Cody?
Yeah.
So those requirements are memberships. So there's me, Cody, Larry, Kurt couldn't be with us tonight. He's off trying to steal the Declaration of Independence to clear his family name. We wish him the best of luck. He'll be back next episode. We got Colin Cash. Is he agreed?
What's that?
Colin Cash?
Oh yeah, we've got probably, I think, about 11 dues paying members now.
Sweet.
And we'll need 15 for the final approval as an organizing committee. So if each of us keeps reaching out to other acquaintances and comrades, we'll get the 15 and we'll move ahead. Cody, another hopeful thing, why don't you report on our contact with the Red River Valley chapter?
Yeah, we met with the Red River Valley DSA chapter on Sunday. The meeting went great. They had a lot of insights that they shared with us. We kind of asked them about their advice for us as a fledgling chapter, alliances we should build, stuff like that. The meeting went really well. We discussed building a statewide chapter, which I think is a really good move so that all DSA chapters in Minnesota can move in concert. There's been some attempts to do that, but they haven't been completed as of yet. But that's something I'm really excited about. We're going to get in contact with the Twin Ports DSA, which is Duluth. Yeah.
We're hoping to find common cause in some activism around the Line 3 pipeline, which is a huge issue in Minnesota and nationally now. I mean, it's a huge, dirty, tar sands oil pipeline project that has to be stopped, and we want to be involved in that. And I thought it was very hopeful that the Red River folks were very interested in cooperation with other chapters. And also their chapter has 188 dues paying members, which I was impressed by.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Cody, how many members in Congress do we have in the DSA?
Currently, I believe we have 6. So there's the 2 houses, right? There's the Senate and the Congress. Let me just see.
Just need something to hold me over for the night.
So we have AOC, obviously, Rashida Tlaib. Okay, yeah, we have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Jamal Bowman, Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, and Danny K. Davis currently serving in the House of Representatives.
Bernie in the Senate.
Bernie in the Senate. I can't find any figures on the Senate. I've looked at this before, but we have a slew of candidates throughout the country and state level legislatures. Like in Minnesota, we have Jen McEwen and Omar Fateh.
And that's a cause of hope for me. Jen McEwen's election in Duluth, overwhelmingly defeating the Republican, taking very progressive positions on Medicare for all, Green New Deal, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, she's great.